The laboratory was small and cold. It sat deep under the mountains, hidden from the world above. Dr. Park had been staring at her computer screen for 3 hours. Her eyes were tired, but she could not look away. The numbers on the screen were impossible. They had to be wrong. But every time she checked them again, they came out the same. Her hands were shaking when she finally spoke. It worked. Doctor was standing near the coffee machine. He almost dropped his cup. What did you say? The probe, it worked. Look at this. Walked over quickly. He looked at the screen. His face went pale. That cannot be right. Check it again. I have checked it 12 times. The probe left here 3 hours ago. It appeared near 11 seconds later. 11 seconds, and it sent back a signal to confirm. Sat down slowly. Was the nearest star to Earth. It was 4.2 light years away. Light itself took more than 4 years to travel that distance. Their probe had done it in 11 seconds. We were trying to build a better power source, said quietly. How did we do this? Shook her head. I do not know, but we did it. Faster than light travel, real faster than light travel. Neither of them knew that their probe had been watched. Far away, near the edge of the solar system, an alien satellite had detected the strange event. The satellite belonged to the Galactic Council, a group of 12 alien species that had ruled the galaxy for 3,000 years. They had been watching Earth for 200 years, ever since humans first sent radio signals into space. The Council thought humans were interesting but not important. Humans were young. They had only learned to fly a few hundred years ago. They had not yet discovered how to travel between stars. The Council called them a pre-emergent species. This meant they were smart enough to notice, but not smart enough to matter. The Council's own ships used something called the drift drive. It let them travel at 12 times the speed of light. A trip took about 4 months. The Council thought this was very fast. They were proud of their technology. They had spent thousands of years making it better. The humans had just beaten them by a factor of 30,000. The report reached the Council's capital world in 6 days. Ambassador of the hegemony read it 7 times. He had 4 arms, and all of them were shaking by the time he finished. This is a mistake, he said to his assistant. It has to be a mistake. We have checked it many times, Ambassador. The humans have done something we thought was impossible. Their drive is faster than anything we have ever seen. It is faster than anything we thought could exist. Stood up and walked to his window. Outside, the great city of the stretched to the horizon. His people had built this civilization over 10,000 years. They had joined the Galactic Council 5,000 years ago. They had seen species rise and fall. They had survived wars and plagues and disasters. But they had never seen anything like this. How asked? How did they do it? They are primitives. They still fight wars over land and resources. They still burn fossil fuels. They only left their own planet 50 years ago. We do not know how they did it, Ambassador. Our scientists are studying the data. They say the physics should not work, but it does work. The humans have proven it. Turned away from the window. Call an emergency session of the High Chamber. Every species needs to know about this. We need to decide what to do. What options do we have, Ambassador? Was quiet for a long time. I do not know. If we do nothing, the humans will spread across the galaxy faster than we can imagine. If we attack them, they might scatter. With their speed, we could never catch them all. And if they decided to fight back. He did not finish the sentence. He did not need to. A species that could cross 4 light years in 11 seconds could strike any world in the galaxy and disappear before anyone knew they were there. The Council's fleets, their stations, all of it would be defenseless. Back on Earth, and had finally told someone about their discovery. Within hours, the news had spread to the highest levels of government. Military leaders were waking up in the middle of the night. Emergency meetings were being called around the world. The United Nations was trying to figure out what to do, but did not care about politics. She sat alone in her laboratory, looking at the data from the probe. Somewhere out there, near a distant star, a small metal ball was floating in space. It was proof that everything humanity thought they knew about the universe was wrong. "What have we done?" she whispered to herself. She did not know the answer. Nobody did, but she knew one thing for certain. The universe had changed today. Humanity had taken its first step toward the stars, and somewhere out there, beings far older and more powerful than humans were watching. They were afraid. Looked up at the ceiling, imagining the stars beyond. She wondered if they would be friends or enemies. She wondered if humanity was ready for what was coming. Only time would tell. The High Chamber had not seen a full emergency meeting in 800 years. The last time was when a dying star had threatened to destroy 3 inhabited worlds. That crisis had taken 50 years to solve. This crisis might not give them 50 days. 12 species sat in the great curved hall. Some looked almost human, others looked like nothing Earth had ever imagined. There were beings made of crystal, beings with dozens of eyes, beings that floated in special tanks of liquid. All of them had one thing in common. They were old. Their civilizations had existed for thousands of years. They had seen empires rise and fall. They thought they understood how the universe worked. Today, they learned they were wrong. High Arbiter called the meeting to order, was ancient, even by the standards of his own species. He looked like a mix between a jellyfish and a tree. His body was soft and flowing, with many tendrils that moved when he spoke. He had led the council for 300 years. He had never faced a problem like this one. "You have all seen the reports," began. "The species called humans has achieved faster than light travel. Normally, this would be good news. We would welcome them to the council as a new member, but their technology is not normal. It is far beyond anything we have, far beyond anything we thought possible." The crystal being called Prism of Morning Light flickered with bright colors. This was how its species showed strong emotion. "They have made our entire fleet worthless. Every ship, every weapon, every defense we have built over 3,000 years. None of it matters anymore." "We should destroy them," said General of the Dominion. He was tall and covered in gray scales. A long scar ran down the side of his face. His species was known for being aggressive. They had fought many wars before joining the council. One strike on their planet, fast and clean, before they know what they have. Ambassador shook his head. All 4 of his arms moved in disagreement. "And if they run, with their speed they could hide anywhere in the galaxy. They could spread to 1,000 worlds before we found them. And if they wanted revenge, they could hit our and be gone before we blinked." Slammed his fist on the table. "Then what do you suggest? We just sit here and wait for them to conquer us?" "I suggest we think carefully before we act." Another voice entered the conversation. It did not come through the air. It came directly into everyone's mind. Of the collective was speaking. Her species was telepathic. They could hear thoughts and send thoughts without sound. "I have been studying humans for many years," said. "They are a strange species. They fight each other constantly. They divide themselves into groups and kill each other over small differences. But when something threatens all of them together, they stop fighting. They work together. They become very dangerous." "That is exactly my point," said. "They are dangerous. We should eliminate the danger. If we attack them, we become the threat. We unite them against us. Is that what you want?" Fell silent. He did not like her species could read minds. It made him uncomfortable, but he could not argue with her logic. High Arbiter raised a tendril. "Let us consider all options. We cannot destroy them safely. We cannot ignore them. What else is there?" "We could try to control them," suggested the delegate from the Republic. "Offer them membership in the council, but with limits. Make rules about where they can go and what they can do." "They would never accept that," said. "Humans do not like being told what to do. Their history is full of rebellions against control." "Then what?" The chamber was quiet. Nobody had an answer. For 3,000 years, the Council had managed the galaxy. They had rules and treaties and agreements. Everything was balanced. Everything was stable. And now a young species from a small planet had upset everything. Spoke again. There is one more option. We could offer them true partnership, not control, not limits, real cooperation. You mean make them equals? His voice was angry. They are children. They discovered fire yesterday, and you want to give them the same power as species that have been among the stars for 10,000 years. I want to survive, said calmly. If humans spread across the galaxy as our enemies, we are all in danger. If they spread as our friends, perhaps we all benefit. Their technology could help us explore places we have never been able to reach. It could change everything. Or it could destroy everything. Perhaps, but I would rather take a chance on friendship than guarantee war. The vote was close. 7 species supported contact. 5 wanted to wait and watch. None voted for attack, though made his anger clear. We will send a ship to Earth, announced. We will meet these humans, we will learn what they want, and we will hope that they are better than we fear. As the delegates left the chamber, caught a thought from his mind. It was dark and full of anger. He was not finished with this matter. He had plans of his own. Said nothing, but she made a note to watch him carefully. The council had voted for peace, but not everyone was willing to accept that decision. The ship launched the next morning. It would reach Earth in 4 months. The fate of the galaxy would be decided when it arrived. Had not slept properly in 2 weeks. Every government in the world wanted to talk to her. Every scientist wanted to understand her work. Every military leader wanted to know if the technology could be used as a weapon. She answered the same questions over and over until her voice was tired and her mind was numb. But none of that mattered now, because the aliens had arrived. The ship appeared near the moon without warning. One moment the sky was empty. The next moment there was a massive object hanging in space. It was 3 kilometers long, shaped like a curved blade. It was beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Watched the news footage with and their young assistant. All 3 of them were silent. They had proven that faster-than-light travel was possible. Now they were seeing proof that humans were not alone in the universe. They are asking to meet us, said quietly. She was only 25 years old. She had joined team 1 year ago. Now she was watching history unfold. Where? Asked. Antarctica. They say they want neutral ground. The meeting was arranged within a week. Representatives from every major country flew to a research station near the South Pole. The aliens sent 12 delegates, 1 from each species in their council, and because this was about her discovery, was asked to come as a scientific advisor. She stood in the back of the room as the aliens entered. Some walked on 2 legs, some walked on 4. Some did not walk at all but floated in the air or moved in tanks of strange liquid. They were the most amazing things she had ever seen. High Arbiter spoke first. His voice came through a small device that translated his words into human languages. Thank you for meeting with us. We have traveled very far to be here. The Secretary General of the United Nations answered, We are honored by your visit, though we admit we are also confused. Why have you come? Because you have done something we did not think was possible. Tendrils moved slowly as he spoke. In 3,000 years of watching younger species, we have never seen anyone develop faster than light travel on their own. We always had to teach them. We thought it was the only way. You have shown us we were wrong. Is that why you are here? Because we surprised you? We are here because we do not know what else to do. The room went very quiet. Felt a chill run down her back. These aliens had ruled the galaxy for 3,000 years. They had technology far beyond anything humans had built, and they were admitting that they were confused and scared. Your technology, continued, is beyond our understanding. Our fastest ships travel at 12 times the speed of light. Yours travels thousands of times faster. We cannot explain how it works. Our scientists have studied your probe. They cannot understand it. To be honest, said, speaking before she could stop herself, we do not fully understand it either. Every eye in the room turned to her. She felt her face grow hot. She had not meant to speak, but it was too late now. Tilted his body toward her. You are the one who created it, Dr. Park. Yes, my team and we were trying to build something else, a new power source. The FTL effect was an accident. An accident made a sound that might have been a laugh. You have changed the galaxy by accident. That is very human, I think. What do you want from us? Asked General from the American delegation. You did not come all this way just to tell us you are confused. We came to offer partnership, said. Your speed and our knowledge. Together, we could explore parts of the galaxy that have been beyond our reach. We could discover things no one has ever seen. And if we refuse? Was quiet for a moment. Then we will watch and wait and hope that when you spread across the stars, you remember that we came in peace. The meeting lasted for many more hours. There were questions about trade, about territory, about rules and agreements, but stopped listening. She was thinking about what it said. We came in peace. She wanted to believe it. She wanted to think that the universe was full of friendly neighbors waiting to welcome humanity. But she had seen the looks on some of the alien faces. Not all of them were friendly. Some of them looked at humans the way humans looked at insects, curious but not respectful. After the meeting, she walked outside into the cold Antarctic air. The sky was clear and full of stars. Somewhere up there, the alien ship was waiting. Somewhere beyond that, a whole galaxy of civilizations was watching Earth. Came to stand beside her. What do you think, Dr. Park? Can we trust them? Looked up at the stars. I think some of them want to be our friends, and I think some of them want to destroy us. We will have to be very careful to tell the difference. Are you scared? Thought about the question. Yes, but I am also excited. We are not alone. Whatever happens next, we are not alone anymore. They stood together in the cold, watching the stars, wondering what the future would bring. General did not accept the council's decision. He had voted against contact with the humans. He had argued for destroying them while there was still time. Nobody listened. Now he sat in a dark room on the council flagship, meeting with others who thought the same way he did. Is a fool, said. His voice was low and angry. He wants to make friends with creatures who will destroy us all. Ambassador was there. He did not fully agree with, but he was worried enough to listen. The High Arbiter believes cooperation is our only choice. The High Arbiter is 300 years old. His mind is slow. He cannot see the danger that is right in front of him. What danger? The humans seem willing to talk. Stood up and walked to a screen on the wall. He pressed a button and images appeared. They were pictures from Earth's history. Wars, bombs, burning cities, dead bodies. Do you know what they did when they discovered how to split the atom? Asked. They built weapons. They used those weapons on their own people, twice, in the same war. 2 cities destroyed in seconds, hundreds of thousands dead. Said nothing. He had seen these images before. They were disturbing. And this was their own species, continued. Imagine what they will do to us. They are violent by nature. They fight over everything. Land, resources, beliefs, even the color of their skin. And now they have technology that can let them strike anywhere in the galaxy instantly. That was 300 years ago. Perhaps they have changed. Have they? Pulled up more images. Modern ones. 17 countries with nuclear weapons. Wars happening right now on 4 different continents. Half their planet cannot agree on basic facts about reality. They argue about whether their own world is getting hotter while their cities flood and burn. His 4 arms moved nervously. What are you suggesting? The humans have one weakness. Their technology is new. They have one working prototype. It is in one building in one country on one planet. If that building was destroyed, they would lose everything. It would take them decades to rebuild, maybe centuries. You are talking about an attack. The council voted against that. The council voted wrong. I'm trying to save us. Was quiet for a long time. He was not a warrior. There were traitors and diplomats. They solved problems with words, not weapons, but words had put fear in his heart. How would you do it? Asked finally. We have infiltration technology the humans cannot detect. A small team could enter their atmosphere, reach the laboratory, and destroy it. We would make it look like an accident, a failure in their equipment. The humans would never know we were involved. And if something goes wrong, nothing will go wrong. The humans are blind. They do not even know we have ships watching their planet right now. The plan was set in motion. Assembled a team of his best soldiers. They loaded into a small, fast ship designed to avoid detection. They would reach Earth in 3 days. The laboratory would be destroyed in 4. But had made a mistake. He had met with on the council flagship, and of the collective had been nearby. Species could read minds. It was not something she did on purpose. Thoughts came to her like sounds come to ears. She could not always block them out, and thought very loudly when he was angry. She heard everything. The plan, the timeline, the target. She knew what was going to happen. Now she had to decide what to do about it. She could tell, but that would cause a political disaster. The Dominion was powerful. If the Council accused them of planning an attack, there would be arguments and denials and maybe even war between Council members. The alliance that had held for 3,000 years might fall apart. She could do nothing. Let's plan succeed. The humans would be set back. The danger would be reduced. Maybe that was better for everyone. But did not believe that. She had touched human minds during the meeting in Antarctica. They were strange minds, full of conflict and contradiction, but they were also full of hope, full of dreams, full of a desire to be better than they were. She made her decision. Using channels that no one else knew about, she sent a message to Earth. It was simple and direct. It warned Dr. Park about the attack. It told her she had 72 hours. Then went to her quarters and waited. She did not know if she had done the right thing. She did not know if the humans would understand. She only knew that she could not sit by and watch them be destroyed without warning. The message reached late at night. She was alone in her laboratory, going over data from the probe. When she read the words on her screen, her heart stopped. Forces within the Galactic Council plan to destroy your facility within 72 hours. This message is sent in friendship, by one who believes cooperation is still possible. Prepare yourself. For a long moment could not move. Then she picked up her phone and called. We have a problem, she said. A big one, and I think we need to solve it ourselves. Did not tell the governments. She did not call the military. There was no time for meetings and debates and arguments about what to do. She had 72 hours. She had to act now. She gathered her team in the laboratory, and 4 other scientists who had been with her from the beginning. 7 people against an alien attack force. It seemed impossible. We cannot fight them, said. We do not have weapons. We do not have soldiers. We do not need to fight them, replied. We need to run, but not away from them, toward them. She pulled up plans on her computer. For weeks, her team had been working on something secret. A ship. It was not finished. It was barely more than a metal box with engines. But it had one important feature. It could carry the FTL drive. If they want to destroy our technology, we take it where they cannot reach it. We put it on the ship. We fly it into space. We show them that we cannot be stopped. The ship is not ready, said. Life support is not complete. Navigation is basic. We do not even have proper seats. Then we have 72 hours to make it ready. They worked without sleep. Engineers from the military were brought in to help, but they were not told why. They were just told to work fast. Parts were flown in from factories around the world. Problems that should have taken months to solve were fixed in hours. Herself climbed inside the ship to install the FTL drive. Her hands were shaking. If she made a mistake, the drive could fail. Or worse, it could activate inside the building and kill everyone. But she did not make a mistake. The drive locked into place. The systems came online. The ship was ugly and rough and barely functional, but it was ready. They named it after an old Korean song about crossing mountains. The launch happened on the third night, just hours before ST's team was scheduled to arrive. The ship rose from a hidden launch site and flew toward the moon. It was not graceful. It shook and rattled and made sounds that worried everyone inside. But it flew. When soldiers reached the laboratory, they found it empty. The equipment was gone. The data had been moved to servers around the world. There was nothing left to destroy. Was furious. He ordered his team to search for the ship, but by the time they found it, it was too late. It was in orbit around the moon, visible to everyone. His voice was broadcast across every frequency the aliens used. This is the Earth vessel to all Galactic Council ships. We know what you planned. We know some of you see us as a threat. You are right. We are a threat, but only to those who try to destroy us. On the Council flagship, High Arbiter listened in silence. Stood beside him, his face twisted with anger. We caught your attack team, continued. They are unharmed. We are sending them back to you. We do not want war. We never wanted war. She paused. When she spoke again, her voice was softer. We know you are afraid of us. Maybe you should be. We are young and we make terrible mistakes. Our history is full of violence and cruelty. We have done awful things to each other, but we also learn from our mistakes. We grow. We change. We try to be better. The engines powered up. Slowly it began to move toward the Council fleet, not running away, moving closer. You offered us partnership, we accept, but it must be real. No secrets, no attacks, no trying to control us from the shadows. We work together honestly, or we do not work together at all. There was a long silence. Every being on every ship in the system was waiting. Then made a sound. It was strange and bubbling. His species used it to express joy. He was laughing. Dr. Park, he said, you have just done something no species has ever done before. You have surprised the Galactic Council twice in 1 month. First with your technology, now with your courage. Is that a yes? Asked. It is a yes. The Council accepts your terms. We will be partners, real partners. Tried to object. He opened his mouth to argue, but before he could speak, raised a tendril. General, you are under arrest for conspiracy against the Council. Your plan to attack Earth was discovered. You will face judgment for your actions. Guards moved forward, struggled, but it was useless. He was taken away, still shouting about the danger humans posed. In the following days, everything changed. The Dominion faced punishment for its actions, but they were not expelled from the Council. Treaties were signed. Plans were made. For the first time in history, humans and aliens would work together as equals. Watched it all from the bridge of the, sat beside her, was sleeping in the corner, exhausted from days without rest. Do you think we did the right thing? Asked. Looked out the window at the stars. There were billions of them. Each one might have planets. Each planet might have life. The universe was bigger than she had ever imagined. I think we did the only thing we could, she said. We showed them who we are, not perfect, not safe, but honest and brave. What happens now? Now we explore, we learn, we make friends and probably some enemies. We discover things nobody has ever seen. We make mistakes and hopefully fix them. She smiled. It was a tired smile, but a real one. We do what humans have always done. We go forward, no matter what. Outside, the stars waited. The galaxy had changed. And for the first time in 3,000 years, the universe was holding its breath to see what would happen next. Humanity had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same.